Hello, I'm Jim Allen, former United States Congressional candidate, District 4 of North Carolina. I've also worked with Foreign Policy International in Latin America, specifically Colombia, where I was able to expose USAID corruption and waste, as well as Department of State corruption in that nation. I want to talk to you a little today about our U.S. involvement in the Middle East. I do not want you to take my words as gold. I believe it's very important that we verify information that we get as Americans, because we are not getting correct information from either side of the aisle today, Democrats or Republicans alike. Our foreign policy has been a nightmare for 100 years. We went with President Wilson to Europe and we removed the monarchs of Europe. And what did we get in return for this? We ended up with Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin. In the Middle East, we backed a Shah of Iran. We ended up turning our backs on him, and we got an Ayatollah Khomeini. In situation after situation with concerns to U.S. foreign policy, it has been a dismal failure. My hopes is to get you to educate yourself as to what our country is doing and as to why they are doing what they are doing. I would suggest that you dive into what is referred to as the petrodollar and look at the commonality or common denominator in regime changes or invasions of countries or threats of invasions of countries in the Middle East and how it relates to the petrodollar. The president of Syria said recently that he was not going to sell his oil for dollars. Gaddafi in Libya, shortly before we escalated our involvement in his country, had said the same thing. Saddam Hussein in Iraq said not one more drop of oil for a U.S. dollar. It's imperative upon our future and our country's future to know as much factual evidence as we can get. I would also encourage everyone to watch President Eisenhower's farewell address to the Union. In this speech, he does not have a bright outlook for us if we do not control military contractors and the economics that are involved with militaries throughout the world, and specifically with our nation. He coined the phrase military-industrial complex. This phrase was not coined recently by a bunch of conspiracy theory nuts. This was phrased by the Allied commander himself. and this is very dangerous stuff, and each and every American needs to educate themselves to fact and no longer fiction. I threw this video together quite quickly. In the future, I hope to be a little more prepared and get into more specifics with factual information. But there again, no matter what I tell you, or no matter what anyone tells you, verify facts. The internet is a great source. One has to be careful as careful with the internet as one does with network TV in the United States. So use care, use caution, look at as much factual evidence as you possibly can, as opposed to verbal evidence, and verify as best you can the direction that our country is going in. I truly believe that if we understood thoroughly the aims of our government, we would reinstitute a constitutional republic, because it's very obvious that we are no longer under the protection of a constitutional republic any longer. Please stay tuned. Hopefully some more videos will come forward. God bless you. And again, please educate yourself. Thank you so much.